From the Sky News Centre at 10. The Prime Minister says Syria's government should face a day of reckoning for the violence being inflicted upon its own people. David Cameron says evidence against President Assad's forces needs to be collected so that one day they can be held to account. Meanwhile, the Red Cross is hoping to get access to the under-siege city of Homs. Speaking as he entered an EU summit in Brussels, the Prime Minister said aid for the Syrian people is crucial.
What we're going to be discussing today, though, is the situation in Syria, which is absolutely appalling, and it is vitally important that there's humanitarian access into Homs and elsewhere so that people can get the help they need.
A campaign group says diesel is on average 4 pence a litre more expensive in rural areas than towns and cities. The Countryside Alliance found the most expensive diesel is in Dorset in North Yorkshire at just under £1.47. It says the Chancellor should cut fuel duty in his budget this month. Dylan Sharps from the Countryside Alliance.
People in rural areas do need to get around. The car is an absolute necessity. It's further to work, it's further to school, it's further to the supermarket. They need to be able to buy petrol and not at these exorbitant prices.
David Cameron was not among EU leaders signing up to a new fiscal code of conduct this morning. The treaty aimed at introducing greater economic discipline will still have to be ratified by 12 Eurozone member countries before coming into force next year. It's claimed poor maths skills mean people are struggling to understand payslips or even use money in shops. New charity National Numeracy is calling for a change in the UK's attitude to the subject. In tennis, Andy Murray will renew his rivalry with Novak Djokovic today. The two go head-to-head for a place in the final of the Dubai Tennis Championship. They last met in the Australian Open semi-final in January, with Djokovic winning in 5 thrilling sets. And he last had a top 10 hit in the 60s. Now Engelbert Humperdinck is going to represent the UK in the Eurovision Song Contest. The 75-year-old star will go up against Jedward, their Ireland's entry for the second year in a row. That's the latest. I'm Stuart Duggan.
You're tuned in to 102.5 Any1 FM and you're listening to The Issues with me, Ben Messenger, and co-host Deage Paxton.
Hello.
So, Deage, would you like to explain to our listeners what the show's all about today?
Well, this show is called The Issues, but the show where we don't really deal with sort of the real issues in the world of religion or economics or politics, but instead deal with the modern man issues, such as what is the best moustache in history, and what superpowers in reality are actually quite rubbish.
So if you've got anything you'd like to say on that, or any subjects such as these, you can actually contact us via email from the website, which is www.any1fm.net, and you can just do that by clicking on Contact and starting your message with any1 plus your message. You can also text it by starting your message any1 plus your message to 60300.
So Ben, do you think we should crack on with our first issue of the day?
Definitely.
Well, I don't know about you, but the main issue that I really want to think about is Smurfette actually a lady?
Well, it's a biggie, isn't it? I mean, the obvious question that comes to mind is it's a matter of she's got long hair, she's got a dress, but other than that, she's just a Smurf, isn't she?
Well, the thing is, nobody knows this, but Smurfette was actually created by Gargamel, the bad guy in the Smurfs. And you just kind of have to wonder how much detail Gargamel actually went into, you know?
I mean, considering she's the only female Smurf, it leads me to believe that Smurfs as a whole are probably an asexual animal.
That's the thing, you never see Smurf children. It seems to be a thing, you know? I mean, I've still got a bit of a crush on her. I'll throw my hands up there, you know?
I mean, but that's, if you were to shave her and just put her in normal pants, she would just look like another Smurf.
That's the thing, though. You must feel a little bit sorry for her. It must be like the only girl in the whole village. She must be getting hit on all the time.
The tough life of Smurfette. I mean, the thing I was thinking about is Papa Smurf. How, you know, he just doesn't look like any of the other Smurfs. I mean, I know he's the oldest Smurf and he's got a beard and he wears red. But I mean, the similarities between him and Hitler are many. I mean, if you think about it, Hitler looked absolutely nothing like his Aryan race.
Well, I always thought Papa Smurf was a bit of a Mac Daddy. He's like, yeah, I'm wearing red pants and I've got a beard. What about it, guys? You know? He really broke the trend. I mean, he clearly looked at the white pants and thought, you know what? Not for me. Smurfette's not going to want anything with a bit of white pants. I'm going to chuck the red ones on today.
Yeah, it's a way to stand out, I suppose. And, you know, red is considered a good colour for attracting females, apparently.
Well, I was always a bit worried about the Gargamel. If anybody knows him, he's literally a 45-year-old bald man who lives in a castle with only a cat for company.
Quite the catch.
He only wears a cloak as well. I've never seen him wash, you know. That should be one of the main issues. Why doesn't Gargamel wash? He spends his whole time trying to get back at literally small blue people.
I mean, I suppose if that's what you spend most of your time concerned with, washing's probably going to be pretty low down on your list of priorities.
I mean, get a hobby or something, you know what I mean?
That is his hobby.
I mean, I don't think he would have this issue if he had a television, but Nobody actually knows when the Smiths was set, so, you know.
I think we've probably thought about this a little too much.
I know. Should we crack on with the next issue of the day? Because I think mainly the one that's sticking in my mind is, what is the best moustache in history?
What is the best moustache? I don't know. I'm a big fan of Hulk Hogan's handlebar moustache.
See, that the handlebar moustache is a moustache that demands respect. You see a man in a handlebar moustache,
You're not going to mess with that guy.
No, if he says something, you're going to listen, and that's the kind of respect the handlebar moustache really deserves.
I like the handlebar moustache because you just assume immediately that person owns a Harley Davidson.
Exactly.
Just goes for needless drives just to the local shop.
It's also that thing that Hitler's moustache was based on Charlie Chaplin's, which is...
You ruined that. That would be a really popular moustache if it was not for Hitler.
Hitler was a bit of a bad egg. Let's just throw it out.
Understatement of the century.
You know. Other moustaches such as the pencil moustache, the little
Pencil moustache it's underrated in its creepiness, I think.
I don't think it is, because if you see a guy with a pencil moustache, you just stay away from him.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
You assume he's got sweets in his back pocket and a pocket protector in the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were warned about that guy as a child. But I would be staying far away from someone with his pencil moustache, or high-fiving them, depending on if they're wearing a suit like the Creep video from the Lonely Island. That's a brilliant moustache.
I think my favourite moustache of all time has to be Craig David's, because he took facial hair to a new level. He was the king of garage, and when he came out,
he had a beard on Monday and then a tash on Tuesday. He was making love by Wednesday.
That's because he literally drew his moustache on. I mean, he put in some effort, some time and effort with that. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm a little bit jealous of you because I can't actually grow facial hair. You know, every time I
can, but just
it looks like I'm starting puberty every 3 months or something.
Yeah,
you
well, consistently just stuck in the puberty phase.
What do you think about a song, Ben?
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
Well, this is Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People. Oh.
For the start, you twisting tall, I love apart your light fingers through the dark. Shattered the lamp with the darkness it cast. And you know you've got it the wrong way round. Just shut me up and blamed it on the ground. Call it the boy kicked out of the world kicked back and not fucking hard at all. If you wanna try, there's no worse you could do. I know you lie, I know you lie, I'm still in love with you. Can't take me anywhere, I'll take you anywhere. You can't take me anywhere, I can't take you anywhere. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. Oh, you can't stand me, no, you can't stand me now. You can't stand me, no, you can't stand me now. You can't stand me, no, you can't stand me now. You can't stand me now. You can't stand me now. Are we enough to keep it together? Or do we just keep on pretending and hope our luck is never ending? Or you tried to pull the wool, I wasn't feeling too clever. And you take all that blending until you need a mending. If you wanna try, there's no worse you could do. I know you lie, all you do is make me cry. And all those words, they ain't true. I can't take me anywhere, I can't take you anywhere. Can't take me anywhere, I won't take you anywhere. I'll take you anywhere you wanna go. Oh, you can't stand me, no, you can't stand me now. You can't stand me, no, you can't stand me now. You can't stand me, no, you can't stand me now. You can't stand me, no, you can't stand me now. 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 No, you can't stand me now.
You're back with the issues with Ben and Deage on 102.5 Anyone FM. Sorry for the wrong song there. That was actually the Libertines with Can't Stand Me Now. We were actually going to do a classical music show originally, but we were going to call it Bach to Basics.
I thought we were going to call it Bach to the Future.
I suppose that would guarantee at least 2 sequels. Then again, I was thinking of more along the lines of, there's something about Mozart.
Oh, God. Should we just move on before...
Yeah, we should probably move on. We've actually got our first email, which is on the subject of beards and moustaches, I suppose. It says, it's from a woman called Pam, saying, are moustaches on 46-year-old ladies cool? And I would have to say, dependent on the moustache.
I mean, if they maintain the moustache.
I don't know, are we talking pencil stash, yeah? Because
I have relatives who have got moustaches, and you can't help but stare at them when you're talking to them, it's kind of like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but this whole conversation, I have just been looking at your facial hair. Just get rid of it,
You love it, you love it. I mean, if I saw a woman with a pencil moustache, I'd probably think that is one handsome lady. Well, then that's just me.
Should we move on with the next topic, Ben?
Yes, definitely, let's.
I think one of the biggest issues that we'll have to sort of deal with is, if you could breed 2 animals, what would they be?
Well, I mean, does a Pegasus count? Like you've got the horse with wings, yeah? So that's a Pegasus that can fly. Then you've got the unicorn, which is like, it's got the horn, but they can also fly, so what would you call like a unicorn with wings?
Fictional.
Touché. I mean, what would you breed if you could?
Purely out of sort of, I already think that sort of animals already breed. They create things like a horse plus an ostrich is clearly a giraffe. Everybody knows this, I think as purely as a pet, I think a gerbil and a monkey would be absolutely...
A gerbil and a monkey.
But it'd be furry and it would have hands.
Would you still keep it in a cage, like with a little running wheel though, I mean...
Yes, but I mean, you could like develop that if it's a gerbil and a monkey.
Is that just a really smart gerbil? A gerbil and a monkey?
You could put it on a treadmill instead. A monkey gerbil treadmill, I want to see that.
I want to breed like cats and dogs because I think people probably generally prefer dogs. But cats are better because they're more dependent on them. They just get on with their own stuff, you don't have to walk them. So you just have like a giant, like kind of lioness
How dependent are you on your cat?
I don't even have a cat. I've got a dog, but I really want a cat. That's all it is, really. I just want a cat. Can I just get rid of the dog and have a cat? That's all it is. Is cat envy a thing?
I mean, personally, I think just for like sort of food purposes, a pig and a chicken. I mean, bacon with chicken, yes.
You wouldn't have to plug it.
And that's a Nando special right there. The pig chicken, yes. Everybody wants that. A bit of barbecue sauce and a sandwich. Why not? I would eat that right up.
Picking, it's not my greatest pun, but I'll allow it.
I think even if say Christians, do you think that they believe in sort of Noah? And animals sort of interbreeded on the ark, I think. I mean,
what you mean, like 2 totally separate animals that got together to create a whole new animal?
I mean, they've got time to kill, and they're only with like one other of their species, so they're probably sitting there.
I mean, that does explain how the liger came about, which is the combination of the lion and the tiger.
That was literally a tiger.
That was a lonely night.
Yeah, tiger got bored. Well, I'm sick of this tiger. Let's move on to other species.
I'm no longer king of this jungle.
I suppose. One of the other questions is, how would you, if you could apply any sort of animal's body part to your own, what would it be?
An animal's body part to my own? That is a tough one. It's a biggie. It's a biggie.
Personally, I would have to go elephant's trunk. I can't think of the endless possibilities.
Is that how lazy you are that you want to be able to pick stuff up with your nose?
Exactly. You know what I mean? That would make so many things so much easier. Hands-free on the toilet, yes.
That says more about you than it does about anything.
How about yourself?
I don't know. There's not a particular. I mean, there's the boring stuff like just wings.
Wings would be great.
Wings would be great.
I mean, I think that's so. I don't know. Should we put another song on?
Why not?
Why not? This is Eminem with Superman.
Assuming.
Or it's not. Okay, maybe.
God loves a try. I mean, we are professional. This is our first time on the radio, and I think it's showing, isn't it?
Yeah, we're having a bit of technical difficulty as the thing says. Should we move on to our next topic instead?
Yeah, why not? Well, that song was going to kind of lead quite nicely into our next topic, wasn't it? Because it was going to be Superman by Eminem.
Yeah,
but it never did actually arrive.
Yeah, I just pretty much messed that up. But
our next topic was going to be superpowers. Ones that are rubbish, ones that are good. All things in between. I mean, what would you say was the worst superpower if you had to
Well, personally, I think time control. I mean, everyone. I think that's the first go-to thing. Everyone's like
Time control, obviously.
yeah, it's everyone. Oh yeah,
It's never invisibility. It's always time control.
time control. That's brilliant. And I remember sort of that program, Bernard's Watch.
Oh, the children's TV program.
About a little kid who has a watch with the ability to stop time.
That was a terrible show.
But you know, it's
a good concept.
but you can't help but think that while he's got time stopped, he's still aging. So by the time it's his 10th birthday, you know, he's going to look up a 40-year-old. He's going to be an alcoholic sitting down and look at his 10th birthday.
Yeah, do you think the parents will notice? It's like, Bernard's really hitting puberty hard. He's only 8 years old and he's got a full beard.
I know, it's just going to be like, I can't stop. Someone take this watch off us now.
But that's brilliant. I mean, for me, the worst superpower. I mean, I know I said animal part that I would have would be wings, but probably flying is probably going to be the worst superpower to have, because if you're Superman, it's brilliant, of course, because your only weakness is kryptonite. But I mean, if you're a normal person flying, you're going to get dry eyes straight away. You've got to watch out for rogue seagulls. If you fly too high, the air's going to be too thin. You're just going to pass out.
Well, that's the thing. It's also going to be pretty nippy up there. You know, you're going to have to sort of like wear a jacket at least.
Wear a jacket at least. I think that's probably going to be the least of your worries.
I think. Personally, I think there's certain superheroes I would love to see. I would love to see bad superheroes like I'm socially awkward boy. You know, that'd be absolutely great.
That's your existence, though, isn't it? Socially awkward.
Yes, that is me. I would love to be that superhero. I'm a socially awkward boy. I have the power to be awkward in social situations. You know,
and you're doing a sterling job.
I mean, but we were also talking about this. What if super people couldn't sort of control their powers? They had no sort of reference over the powers, so they just end up with like Superman trying to stroke a puppy and killing it. You know?
That's pretty nasty. I must actually just quickly plug the contact. You can email us on www.any1fm.net by clicking on the contact tab. Please do. We'd love to hear your opinions on any of the ramblings we've been talking about, or anything else for that matter, really. You can also text us by writing any1, so that's any in the number 1. Plus your message to 60300.
Should we try and play another song?
Yeah, let's try and play another song. God loves a trier. I mean, I'm an atheist, but still.
It's just not working, to be quite honest with you. I was just thinking, what would be sort of... What do you think... What?
The green play button, just click that. No,
I'm clicking the green play button. That would be the green...
Smooth.
I know. I mean, you think clicking the green play button would be...
Yeah, it would.
Fantastic.
I mean, I suppose we could just keep talking about superheroes.
I know.
And the rubbishness of superheroes.
What do you think would be sort of the best or worst superpower to have? I mean, because I think the worst superpower is the one that Cyclops has. You know, that
just the eyes.
That's just inconvenient. Yeah.
The thing is, though, I mean, other than fighting crime, what else can you do with that? I mean, can you go on it so you can slice bread?
That's the thing. It's I don't think a man's ever read a book in his life. Just.
I mean, Batman's probably my favourite superhero, but if he wasn't rich, he'd be a bit useless, wouldn't he? I mean, he wouldn't be able to pay for, like, his bat shark repellent or... I mean, the old 1966 Batman is just the greatest show ever, because it's so bad, it's good. It's like, no matter what the situation is, he just has a bat version of the opposite of what they are. Whatever they are, if it's just like some thug with big hands, say, oh, I've got my big-handed thug repellent. Nothing else. I mean, I think the greatest quote on that was... It's in the film. There's a part where he puts these like capsules on the floor, and he says the line, "Oh my God, it's 5 dehydrated pirates rehydrated, and then they turn into actual people." I mean, who wrote this stuff?
I think one of the greatest things. I saw the movie of that, and there's a bit in it where for some reason a shark attacks him, and he goes, "Good thing I have my bat shark repellent."
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just do that.
What I love is how there's nothing on his utility belt until a problem arises.
That's the thing. I'm just trying to play a song, I know.
Well, we are having a few technical difficulties because basically they left Deage in charge, which was never a good idea.
That was never a good idea.
You know, I mean, other than finding Facebook and pictures of naked ladies, that's all he's really good at on computers generally. That was a very knowing laugh. Like, yep, that's true.
Pretty much. So. What I think is also one of the greatest topics is people don't realise that it is pretty much a big thing for me when I'm on the radio, because many people don't really know that I am a ginger man, you know? That's a thing. I think it's great for this radio station to give ginger people like me opportunities to be on the radio. What's your opinion on ginger people?
My opinion on ginger people. Well, I mean, they are considered second-class citizens. It's like...
Well, I think we should crack on with the song, because we've finally figured out how to do it.
Oh, brilliant.
This is the Arctic Monkeys with I Bet That You Look Good and Done So. Sorry about your wait.
Tuned into the Issues with Ben Deage on 102.5 Anyone FM. That was I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor by Arctic Monkeys. I bet you look good on the dance floor, Deage.
I don't.
No. Well, it's that moment between 5 and 6 pints where you think it's acceptable to dance.
Yeah.
You're actually trying to do the robot, but it just looks like you're directing traffic.
I know. It looks like I've got a wasp up a very certain part of my body, but I can't get out.
Just stuck. That actually happened to me at school. That's no word of a lie. I was on the football pitch, which is irony right there, because anyone who knows us knows that I don't like football. It was so bad. What they would do is they'd put me and my best friend on opposite teams on the football at football, so that neither team was more than one man down, and we would just stand on the halfway line and talk. But yeah, one day a wasp actually flew up my shirt, and I actually screamed and ran around in a circle, because that's the kind of man I am. So just remember that you can email us in from the website, which is www.anyoneFM.net, by clicking on the contact tab, and you can also text us by starting your message with anyone, and then send that to 60300.
I'd just like to take a second out there. I apologise about the technical difficulties, Yeah,
well, I mean...
This is what happens when they let someone ginger on the radio.
Yeah, it's community radio, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Not like you pay for any other radio stations, but still, the point is still pertinent. So I think we're going to go on to our next subject, which is... Deej kind of mentioned a bit of it earlier, but it's a subject that's very personal to him, and it actually borderlines on a real issue. So like you say, to those unaware, Deej is afflicted with a terrible illness that affects 1 in 5 children. He's a ginger.
Thanks, Ben.
So the big question is like, why are gingers considered lesser people?
I mean, well, we're talking about superheroes, and for a start, there aren't any ginger superheroes. I mean,
There's a reason for that.
yeah,
there's a
you
reason
can't
for
have
that.
the biggest foe being UV rays.
Did you see what was it? Is that the latest X-Men film? I can't remember the name of it. But there was
yeah.
I wouldn't say a ginger superhero, but there was one of the X-Men who was ginger, and his power was just screaming. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying even ginger superheroes have rubbish powers. I'm just.
But I think we just have to be called like, we are pretty much the night crawlers, actually. The
night crawlers.
No, we are pretty much, we don't walk around in daylight.
I mean, you do have a harder time than some, I suppose, in some respects. I mean, what's the worst thing about being ginger? Obviously, you'll know more than me.
The thing is, right, the worst thing about it is I get compared to every ginger person. I swear to God, somebody came up to me the other day and said, "You look like Ed Sheeran." And for those of you who don't know me, I don't look like Ed Sheeran.
He doesn't look anything like Ed Sheeran. That's offensive to Ed Sheeran.
I pretty much look like a pepperoni. That's essentially what I look like. Ed Sheeran looks like a troll doll crossed with a chimp. You know what I mean?
Jealousy is not endearing.
But one of the other worst things is I've never actually won an argument because I can have the best sort of reasons on my argument. Like I got in a discussion with two friends of mine the other day, and once at the other, "Have you got the time?" And he said, "Oh, it's 10 to 5." And I went, "Oh no, it's 5 to." And he said, "Well, yeah, well, you're ginger." I mean, well, you have to break.
It's a total conversation ender every time. You've got nothing, have you?
You have to break that down and realise how moronic that actually is. What they're saying is, because you're ginger, it is always second class.
Yeah, but nobody cares because you're ginger.
Thanks, Ben. I mean, what everyone also assumes that Rupert Grint is like our go-to guy, the king of the gingers. As soon as a Harry Potter film, we go, "Oh, look at Ginger on telly." That's all.
That must be like a terrible day for you when a new ginger enters the public lexicon.
Well, I've seen him around at the meetings quite a lot,
Gingers Anonymous. Yeah, that's brilliant.
The Ginger Appreciation Society,
No one appreciates gingers.
I mean, I remember when my cousin had a wedding, and the whole side of our family's got pretty much just ginger skin. We're all pigmentally challenged, We all have a melanin deficiency. And he got married in Ayia Napa, which is ridiculously hot. So on the wedding photos, people are getting photographed and then running for shade. Yeah,
I mean, I went on holiday once, and I went to one of those places, where you can pick your own lobster. Yeah.
Where are you going with this, Ben?
I think you know. I mean, I was pointing at one. I went, "Oh, I'll have that big one at the back," but it was just a burnt ginger girl on the other side of the tank. So, but yeah, I think we've got another email. I'll just see if it's decent for radio.
Fantastic.
Oh, it's someone who knows is saying, "Have you not got a bit of ginger in your beard, messenger?" Yes, I do. Unfortunately, I am afflicted with a bit of ginger in my beard.
I think we've been hanging out too much. It's starting to spread.
It's rubbing off. It's like a bad disease.
It's known as gingivitis. Gingivitis of the facial hair.
Yeah, that is terrible. That's the only downside to keeping a beard.
Ironically, when I grow facial hair, it looks like your black hair.
You would look amazing with just a ginger hair and a black beard.
I think we should move on to another issue.
Why not?
Because I think we've done the ginger thing to death. Nobody wants to listen about ginger for.
Who doesn't?
We were talking about this the other day. What if everyday events were voiced over like an action film?
Yeah.
It'd be absolutely phenomenal.
What, like just like normal non-events?
Like today in the cinema. And then I went home, and then I got on the metro. There was a tramp. And then the 24 beep comes in.
That's definitely that was your normal day, isn't it?
That's right.
A tramp on the metro.
The man who dices with danger. He ate a full KFC bucket to himself.
Yeah, when did we start putting food in buckets? What's that about? It's just terrible.
That's literally I think it's just for overweight people, it's just easy access.
Just give us a trough. I mean, what events would you shoot as an action film? Like,
I would love to see like somebody donating money as an action film. I think it'd be fantastic.
Donating money.
It's just walking down the street. There's one man, the kindest man who ever lived, and then he donates money to a tramp.
Maybe if it's The Big Issue, because that's a brilliant name for a film. The Big Issue.
Exactly, that'd be fantastic. Just one homeless guy like clicking his feet and jumping up in the air in celebration.
Yeah, that's awkward for everyone involved.
What would you think about another song, Ben?
Oh, have you got that working now, have you?
I hope to God, Ben. I hope to God.
Yes, let's.
This is Fossil People with Pumped Up Kicks.
kids, you better run, now run, my God. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, faster than my bullet. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, now run, my God. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, faster than my bullet. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, now run, my God. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, faster than my bullet.
You're back with the issues with Ben and Deage on 102.5 NE1 FM. That was Foster the People with Pumped Up Kicks. You can email us if you like on the website, which is www.ne1fm.net by clicking on Contact tab. Or you can also text us by starting your text with NE1 plus your message is 60300. What's our next topic, Deage?
Well, I think one of the biggest issues today was what was playing on my mind that kept me up last night, actually, is what if the government abolished chocolate? It sounds ridiculous, but think of the repercussions of
I
that.
mean, I think women would become a lot more miserable. I mean, I don't like to typecast, but I think the suicide rates would go through the roof. I mean, it's a stereotype. I would say that women generally do enjoy just a glass of wine, a bar of chocolate, and a rom-com. I'm kidding. I'm single. I know nothing of women. Every day I would say I have something chocolatey to eat, so I'd be pretty upset.
I was more concerned with the Oompa Loompas. You know?
Where are they going to work?
I know they'd have to unionise and demand that it wasn't like. I think eventually you'd just see like Willy Wonka in a gutter somewhere, just they got rid of it, man.
Drunk on liquid candy.
I don't want to see that version of the film. I don't want to.
I do.
Oompa Loompa doopy doo doo. I have a drinking problem now.
Yeah, I don't do rhymes anymore. They don't pay me enough. I would love to go to the job centre and come across like an Oompa Loompa just sitting there. Look, mate, what? We need jobs too. That would be brilliant.
I mean, I think if it was abolished, it wouldn't stop chocolate coming through. It would just be underground chocolate dealers, you know.
What, like the olden speakeasies of the Prohibition era? So like a chocolate speakeasy. You got the goods.
Yeah, I've got a Cadbury's. I've got a Cadbury's. just like a 30-year-old woman just shaking. Give me my fix, man. Give me
Guy
my
on a street corner with just a really big jacket just filled with dairy milk products.
Just like opens his jacket and he's got like milk duds and red buttons on the inside.
I like that, the idea of milk buttons becoming the new pills.
That would also bring about a new sort of stage of rebellion. You know, people like punk stars eating like a chocolate bar on stage. Yeah!
Yeah. It's like the
I'm
new
not part
unofficial
of your system. Messing up the establishment, my chocolatey goodness. You know?
Yeah, I could say that. Weed and chocolate. There's definitely a market for it. I think the next topic that I would think of would be the best name to give your child. I mean, what would you name your first child given the choice?
Well, the great comedian Louis C.K. said best name to give your child would be Ladies and Gentlemen. So you could just sort of, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is him. You know, I think that would be absolutely fantastic.
I think I'd call my first child Mistake. Just so it knew that I did ruin my life.
Yeah, call the second one Mark 2.
I think I'd call the second one For God's Sake Not Again. Just because it would be really interesting to shout it in the back lane. Mistake! For God's sake not again! Your tea's ready.
Just call the third one You Really Can't Trust Contraception.
The third one going, that's seriously not mine. Awkward. I mean, if you could punch anyone in the face, who would it be?
Well, the way I was saying this the other day, I've actually got a list. It's called the Punch in the Head list, and it's literally a list of 5 people. Because you know me, I get annoyed at the world very, very quickly and very easily.
It's nothing to do with being ginger.
The only real thing that I really had to consider was if Jedward took up 2 spots. I mean, if you had to punch John or Edward, you just couldn't choose.
Could you not get them both in one swing? Maybe if you just position them at the right angle.
I'd like to pick up John and then hit Edward with him. You know.
Who told them that haircut's good on any level?
I know, it looks like a Dr. Seuss novel on acid. You know what I mean?
What I love about them is like they're just so, what's the word? simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't think they realise even like on Celebrity Juice that they're the butt of the joke. I think they're fine with it. They think they're doing well. They're like, oh yeah, we're on TV. Yeah, but everyone's laughing at you. No, they think we're characters. No, they don't.
I mean,
They hate you.
I think if I could only punch one person, it'd probably be Tim Westwood. Yeah.
Tim Westwood, the whitest black guy in existence.
The big dog. I mean, shut up.
Sorry, the blackest white guy.
It's just like, just shut up.
Big dog. He's only the big dog because he's like freakishly lanky, but wears like it's that whole thing with the whole rap genre of wearing really loose baggy clothes. So he wears like the baggiest loose clothes.
He looks like a swimming instructor. He looks like the kind of guy that would go, well, today, kids, I'm going to teach you how to use a float. You know, I mean, if
I wouldn't trust him with my kids.
I mean, if he just I don't even know how he got in, because there seems to be like a lot of sort of rap stars sort of respect him and stuff. And you're just wondering why.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, I don't understand why he would go on his show. I mean, what's he got to say on anything? I don't think there's anything more tragic than a 40-year-old, well, 40-plus-year-old man clinging on to his youth.
Also, the one that I think the go-to guy to punch in the head, I think, is Justin Bieber. I mean,
Justin Bieber. The thing is, it's a touchy subject because the mere mention of Justin Bieber, there's a lot of girls from America who are about 12 who'll get very angry.
I think we could take him out.
I mean, yeah, fight-wise, but mate, we might have one share numbers. You know what I mean?
He turned 18 yesterday. Did you say this?
Really?
Yeah. So you know, it's
what is it about such an androgynous young little boy that attracts so many people?
Am I the only one who's disappointed he made it to 18? You know?
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed that he's made it in the music industry. That he exists.
I think I might just wait in his cake. You know, get one of the big cakes, just wait inside with a bat. Happy birthday!
So you're taking this to the new level. Now it's just common assault. Originally it was just a punch in the face. Now it's like a bat. And
I think I would actually do time to hit Justin Bieber. I would
do that.
I would take it. And then people would respect you in prison and be like, I'm in for murder. What are you in for? I hit Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you'd be safe. Yeah. Because otherwise you would get hammered in jail, wouldn't you?
I know, it is pretty much the most effeminate crime you can do.
It is.
I punched Justin Bieber. Right?
Yeah, where's the crime? Where's the crime?
What do you think about another song, Ben?
Why not?
Fantastic. This is Jamie T. Sheila, a personal favourite of mine.
Sheila goes out with her mate Stella. It gets poured all over her fella. Cause she says man he ain't no better than the next man kicking up fuss. Drunk she stumbles down by a river. Screams calling London. None of us heard her coming. I guess the carpet weren't rolled out.
My darling, you've left me here alone. I'll walk the streets of London, which once seemed all our own. The vast suburban churches, together we have found. The ones which smoked gaslight, the ones in incense drowned.
Her lingo went from the cottage to the gringo. Anytime she sing a song, the other girls sing along. And tell all the fellas that the lady is single. Fickle way to tickle on my young man's tickle. She's up for doing what she like any day, more like the night she drowned drunk sorrows that she stole or borrowed. She didn't like fights, but at the same time understood fellas will be fellas to the end of time.
Good heavens, you boys! Blue-blooded murder of the English tongue.
Jack had a gang that he called the Many Grams. He was known as Smack Jack the Cracker Man. In life he was dealt some hands, but the boys got the back now. And Jay went the same way as Mickey and Dan. The pen and man's upon the arrow ones. And my Lisa had a baby with Sam. And now Jack's on his own, man. Well done, Jack, glog down that side. You're right, she's a and you'll never like her. Not like what? He stopped so shocked, cause it turns out the last dance killed a Pied Piper. And Sheila goes out with her mate Stella. It gets poured all over her fella. Cause she says man he ain't no better than the next man kicking up bus. Drunk she stumbles down by a river. Screams calling London. None of us heard her coming. Guess the carpet weren't rolled out.
It's over, man, it's over.
So this is a short story about the girl Georgina. Never seen a worse, a clean young mess. Under stress at best, but she pleased to see her. With love, God bless, we lay her body to rest. Now it all did started with daddy's alcoholic. Lightweight, chicken down, numb in his brain. And the doctor said he couldn't get the heart near started. Now beat up, drugged up, she feeling the strain. She says, when I fall, no one catch me. Alone, lonely, I love her though slowly. Get scared, I'll scream and shout. But you know it won't matter, she'll be passing out. I said giggity biggity up and just another day. Another sad story, that's tragedy. Paramedic announced death for 10:30. Rip it up, kick it, to spit up the views. Sheila goes out with her mate Stella. It gets poured all over her fella. Cause she says man he ain't no better than the next man kicking up bus. Drunk she stumbles down by a river. Screams caught in London. None of us heard her coming. I guess the carpet weren't rolled. And Sheila goes out with her mate Stella. It gets poured all over her fella. Cause she says man he ain't no better than the next man kicking up bus. Drunk she stumbles down by a river. Screams caught in London. None of us heard her coming. Guess the carpet weren't rolled out.
You're back with the issues with Ben and Deage on 102.5 Anyone FM, and that was Sheila by Jamie T. And you can also email us. I've plugged it loads, but I'm really disappointed in the lack of emails.
I know, and I think it's way too early.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. It's 11:15 on Friday. I mean, I don't usually know that this time exists.
I know. I haven't seen the outside the window by this
I
time.
mean, both we've got that kind of like haggard look about our faces,
Yeah.
more so than usual. I mean, I would say I usually have that look. But yeah, just so you know, you can email us. There's still time by going on the website anyoneFM.net and clicking contact. You can also text us by starting your text message with anyone plus your message to 60300. So what's our next topic?
I think one of the biggest issues we were facing generally was we were a little bit upset how unrealistic movies were.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, the Shawshank Redemption just wouldn't happen now. It would just be a bunch of guys playing the Xbox and playing Scrabble and stuff. Just like, why would I want to leave?
Yeah, I mean, this sounds terrible when I say it, but I've known people who've been to prison, and I mean, we're talking years ago, but like one guy just had a PlayStation 2 in his room, just like, yeah, I just played PlayStation 2 most of the time and ate pot noodles. So I was like, that's brilliant. That's better than my existence currently.
I mean, the only time I've ever been in trouble with the police was I got done for public urination. But I was so proud of the letter I got from the police, I framed it. You know, it's like they came up and they said it wasn't even like in a really public place. They came up and went, so why did you do it then? And I had no answer. I just looked them in the face and went, well, nature called. And they just went, is this your first offence? I was like, no, I'm a serial wear. You know what I mean? I mean,
yeah, that is quite a light offence.
You had an issue with The Happening. That film?
The Happening is the worst film ever. I don't know if you've seen it. It's by the guy M. Night Shyamalan. It's basically the guy who made Sixth Sense and that other one with Bruce Willis. What's the other one called?
The I See Dead People one.
No, the other one. That's Sixth
right,
Sense. The other one.
I don't know. I don't care.
It doesn't matter. Anyway, he made this film and it's so bad. It's called The Happening, and it's about the trees fighting back against humanity because we're cutting down too many trees. So they release this like toxin that kills everyone. But it's so bad. It should just be called like Extreme Hay Fever, the movie, because like there's an actual scene where they run across a field and they're running away from the wind. I mean, who writes this stuff? I mean, it's just the worst film ever. I mean, I took a girl out on a date, and I mean, that's probably not the reason, but I like to blame that film for the reason that date didn't work out.
Really though, Ben?
Really, yeah. I mean, nothing to do with my face.
On I'm named Shyamalan. That's the whole Sixth Sense thing. That just wouldn't work, would it? It'd just go, I see dead people. Oh boy, you have issues.
Yeah, they would just put them in a padded cell and throw away.
You need to be heavily medicated, or some like absolute pillock like John Edwards would come in and go, yes, I see it. Is his name Mark? Mark? It begins with an M. His name's Dave. Yeah, Dave, yeah. I see dead people.
But I work in a mall. So
a whole new slant on it. Yeah. I mean, we were talking about before the Oompa Loompa sort of unionising. I mean,
yeah,
that is more realistic. I mean, for example,
I mean, a realistic take on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory would just be the chocolate factory closing and then them just exporting it to a country where it's a lot cheaper to run a chocolate factory.
No, that's the thing. Like, Oompa Loompas came from Oompa Loompa land, and you can put a factory in the middle of there.
Have you ever been on holiday there? It's brilliant.
No, nobody knows it's there. You can put as much factory. There's actually a McDonald's there.
It's really small though. That's the only downside. You can get a hand in, and the Big Macs are tiny. They're not. There's no big involved really.
I think also things like the Titanic. That film that wouldn't work. It'd just be like, Captain, you shouldn't drink.
That wouldn't work as a real life situation. That happened.
I don't care. No, nobody would be putting a girl over the edge like that. Sort of when he's holding her up the thing. It's just like that's a health and safety issue. If anything, that's a health and safety issue.
Yeah, but it was a simpler time back then. You know what I mean? You could spread eagle a girl and, well, not like that, obviously.
Easy now, man.
Keep it decent, and then have Celine Dion playing in the background. It was a totally different time. You know what I mean?
I mean, like the guys with the violins, you know, they play when the ships go down.
Yeah.
Maybe no.
That's dedication to your job. That is when it's going down. You're like, well, I've got to finish this song.
I don't care. I'm using it as a buoyancy aid. I don't care, right?
Using it as a paddle for your boat.
Because nobody actually knows how many people were sort of killed in that. I just use a child as a buoyancy aid, you know.
You are a gent. You would use the corpse of a child.
Find the biggest fat chick and just.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah. What about another song, Ben? How about that?
When in Rome.
When in Rome. Let's go.
Time of my life.
You're back with the issues with Ben and Deage on 102.5 Anyone FM. That was MGMT with Time to Pretend. Should we crack on with one next?
I think we've got the last issue of the day.
The last issue of the day?
I think we've tackled a lot of good issues today, you know?
I think we've
made the world a better place, if anything, you know? We're just saying what you're thinking out there. That's really, you know?
We're the voice of the listener, not really.
I mean, if you could hang out with any fictional character, Ben, who would it be?
I mean, it would for me, it's got to be John McClane, you know, from the Die Hard films. Bruce Willis. I wouldn't want to hang around with Bruce Willis.
John McClane.
I mean, he's not a bad person, but just John McClane. Can you imagine that? I mean, anytime you've got to go like for a long flight, you just bring down John McClane. I'm not saying that there's going to be terrorists, but it's wherever he goes, there tends to be terrorists. And you'd be safe with him. It'd be an adventure.
It'd get a bit boring after a while. Like he just goes shopping and then like terrorists turn. Oh, for God's sake! Not again.
I just want him to say yippee ki yay. That's all it is. Yeah, say the line.
I mean, personally for me, I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan. Love Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah. The thing is, though, you would feel just so inferior next to him because he's so intelligent.
I know, but he was a cocaine addict, so you know.
What's that? Well, he's a cocaine addict. So
no, that's actually in the books. He was addicted to cocaine, which I think is brilliant. You know?
He's an inspirational cocaine addict. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I just love to just take him somewhere like the Jeremy Kyle show and just let him sit there and analyse. You know, screw that Graham guy that comes on. Just let Sherlock Holmes just do the work.
I was going to say, I think he would just take Jeremy Kyle apart because I mean, Jeremy Kyle's a bit rich, isn't he? I mean, he takes the mick out of the idiot, but yet he himself was like had a gambling addiction, cheated on his wife.
I didn't know this. This is news to me.
Yeah, I mean it's terrible that he's trying to hold some sort of moral high ground on ITV1 of all channels.
He's actually got catchphrases. He's got the point where he's like, so you don't have a job, and then some bum will just go, no, I don't have a job, but you've got 6 children. Yeah, I've got 6 children. All by different girls? Yeah, all by different girls. And you've got chlamydia? Yeah, and I've got chlamydia. And then this is Jeremy Kyle's catchphrase. Oh, so me and the taxpayers are paying for it.
And then everyone's like, what he said.
Or he does that thing when like a Chavez talking or something, you go, hush, I've got the microphone, yeah?
Smooth.
He's
he's a people person. Not really.
Not a lot of people.
Yeah. People who are stupider than him.
I think one other great fictional character to hang around with for a day would probably be Darth Vader, surely. I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
Apart from the fact that he could strangle you without actually touching you, I mean... I would just want him to say really weird things all the time.
Just going for a drink with him would be fantastic, you know?
Do you think he just has a straw going through the grill? Like, I mean... Just go...
Get me a Bacardi.
Why would he drink Bacardi? It's like the campest drink you could imagine Darth Vader.
Well, he looks pretty camp. He's dressed in S&M gear, you know. Anyway else you want to throw in the mix for a fictional character?
I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
How about
who I would personally?
James Bond.
Oh, James Bond. James Bond's like, when you think about it, he's not a great role model, is he?
He's not.
I mean, he's awesome.
He's pretty much a philanderer, an alcoholic philanderer, and he goes like, I'd love to just ask him questions. Just go, yeah. So, how many STDs do you have? Do you know?
There's a new film that you'll not see, which is James Bond in the STD clinic.
He's all about going bareback, that man. And I think it's time for the last song of the day. Unfortunately, Ben, do you want to?
Well, I mean, I think that's that. Yeah, right. It's been emotional. Thanks for listening to the issues with Ben and Deage.
I really hope we do this again.
Yeah, definitely. You know? Maybe a bit more organised next time.
I'll just quick plug. Me and Ben's playing Pandemonium on Sunday.
That's at Stepney's Bar in Newcastle.
Fantastic. We really hope to see you again soon. We'll try and get us up with the podcast as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, this is last song of the day. I think it is. I'm not sure. Oh, somebody I used to know that got you. Yeah,
yeah, that's a good song.
All right, thanks for listening. Goodbye. There's been Issues with Ben and Deage.
You said you felt so happy you could die. I told myself that you were right for me, but felt so lonely in your company. But that was love and to make us still remember. Resignation to the end, always the end. So when we found that we could not make sense, well, you said that we would still be friends. But I'll admit that I was glad it was over.
Say